Welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. Today we'll be discussing a chronological timeline of events that transpired after the defeat of Lord Voldemort. As the final pages of the Harry Potter series drew to a close and the last credits rolled in the movie adaptations, fans of the magical world were left with a sense of bittersweet satisfaction. The defeat of Lord Voldemort marked the end of an era filled with danger, heroism, and surprising twists. However, it also marked the beginning of an uncharted chapter in Wizarding World history. The fall of Voldemort brought about a newfound freedom and a chance for healing. It signaled an opportunity for the Wizarding community to rebuild and address the lingering scars of a war that had deeply impacted their lives. Today, we'll explore the significant events that unfolded in the greater Wizarding world after the climactic Battle of Hogwarts and the conclusion of the series, navigating a detailed timeline that spans years, revealing the triumphs and challenges that shaped this transitional period. Before we begin though, please note that this video will focus on a general timeline of events. For more detail on what happened to each character, watch my video, What Happened to These 100 Harry Potter Characters After the War. And for more detail on how the Wizarding World rebuilt itself, watch my video, A New Beginning, What Happened to the Wizarding World After Voldemort's Defeat. This video will focus on larger events rather than dive too much into the minutiae. From the moments the dust settled on the Hogwarts grounds to the years that followed, we will unravel the threads of Wizarding World history, witnessing how the world of magic pressed forward. Before we jump in though, please consider giving the video a like as it helps the channel grow. Let's dive into it. 1998. Minerva McGonagall reprises her role and becomes full-time headmistress of Hogwarts School. She focused on rebuilding the school, restoring its prestige and ensuring the safety of students. McGonagall worked tirelessly to restore the curriculum, nurturing new generations of young witches and wizards. Her leadership was marked by her unwavering dedication to academic excellence and unwavering commitment to protecting student welfare. Under her guidance, the school flourished and regained its esteemed status in the magical community. McGonagall's tenure as headmistress reflected her resilience, wisdom, and unwavering loyalty to Hogwarts and its students. Hogwarts is rebuilt. After Voldemort's defeat, Hogwarts underwent extensive reconstruction to restore its once splendid halls. With the combined effort of dedicated wizards and the support of the Wizarding community, this restoration project revived Hogwarts as the prestigious school of magic it once was, ready to welcome new generations of students. Kingsley Shacklebolt becomes temporary Minister for Magic. Immediately after the defeat of Voldemort in the Battle of Hogwarts, Kingsley Shacklebolt was made Caretaker Minister for Magic. During this time, Shacklebolt implemented policies that aimed to rectify the injustices of the previous regime, promoting inclusivity and equality. His tenure as minister saw significant progress and laid the foundation for a more united and harmonious magical society. Shacklebolt is later made permanent minister, a position he held for many years. 1998 Quidditch World Cup. Due to the turmoil caused by the Dark Mark's appearance at the 1994 Quidditch World Cup, the 1998 tournament saw significant enhancements in security measures. 1999 Graduation. Among others, Ginny Weasley and Luna Lovegood graduate from Hogwarts. Hermione also graduates this year due to her education being prolonged as a result of her efforts towards the defeat of Lord Voldemort. Harry and Ron do not return and never graduate formally. Ministry Reformation occurs. After the devastating Wizarding War, the Ministry of Magic underwent a comprehensive reform. Corrupt officials were removed, new policies were implemented to promote equality and justice, and efforts were made to bridge the gap between magical communities. The goal was to rebuild trust, restore order, and create a better future for all witches and wizards. 2000. Kingsley Shacklebolt removes the Dementors from Azkaban. In his role as the newly appointed Minister for Magic, Shacklebolt undertakes the perilous mission of ousting the Dementors from Azkaban, the ancient and malevolent prison. These creatures had served as guards for centuries, providing the Ministry with the means of exerting limited control. Shacklebolt replaces the Dementor Guardians with Aurors, ensuring a more formidable and just security presence. Kingsley would see to it that Azkaban will no longer use Dementors. The use of Dementors was always a mark of the underlying corruption of the Ministry, as Dumbledore constantly maintained. Ron Weasley leaves the Auror office. After Voldemort's defeat, Ron Weasley becomes a dark wizard catcher at the Ministry of Magic, along with Harry. However, his career is short-lived, as just 2 years after starting the position, he leaves to join his brother George in running Weasley's Wizard Wheezers. 2002. Quidditch World Cup and Crumb's retirement. The Quidditch World Cup 2002 final match was played between Egypt and Bulgaria. After the seeker Raoul Zaglul caught the snitch, Egypt ended up beating Bulgaria 450 points to 300. At this point, Bulgarian seeker Victor Crumb announced his retirement from international Quidditch. However, Crumb's name still seems to be mentioned in a number of subsequent Quidditch events in the years that followed. 2006. Quidditch World Cup 2006. The team from Burkina Faso emerged victorious in the Quidditch World Cup 2006, clinching a resounding victory over France with a score of 300 to 220. 2007. Harry Potter becomes head of the Auror department. After his heroic defeat of Voldemort in 1998, Harry Potter, at the young age of 17, joined the esteemed ranks of the Aurors to further combat the dark forces that threatened the wizarding world. Over the years, he demonstrated exceptional skill, bravery, and dedication, earning the respect of his colleagues. In recognition of his remarkable achievements, Harry was appointed as the head of the department in 2007, entrusted with leading and shaping the future of the Auror division. With his unparalleled knowledge of the dark arts and unwavering commitment to justice, Harry proved to be an invaluable asset in the ongoing fight against evil. 2009. Ted Lupin, son of Nymphadora Tonks and Remus Lupin, starts his education at Hogwarts. The 87th Wizarding School's Potions Championship takes place, showcasing the incredible talent and skill of young wizards and witches in the art of potion making. 2010. Samuel G. Quahog, president of Makusa, gets involved in the Quidditch World Cup when American Quidditch fans kidnap Hans the Augury, the mascot of the Liechtenstein national team, during the lead-up to the Quidditch World Cup in 2014. Quidditch World Cup 2010. This World Cup final featured an exciting 3-day-long match between the Chinese national side and a team from Moldova, and was eventually won by China. In a public statement, Rutherford Polk, the spokesperson for St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries, addressed the issue of recurring faux flu injuries and emphasized the importance of using the real thing, which only costs 2 sickles per scoop. He also warned that he would refuse treatment to any wizard coming in with a burned backside due to such negligence. Hogsmeade attack. During the first weekend trip of the 2010 to 2011 school year for Hogwarts students, a masked and cloaked individual named Elliot Evers carried out an attack in Hogsmeade. This incident occurred after the attractions organized by Victor Gridley. 2011. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry organized a festive event called the Blooming Party to commemorate the blossoming of a Mimbulus Mimbletonia plant cultivated by Professor Neville Longbottom, who teaches herbology. 2014. Quidditch World Cup 2014 opening ceremony. The 2014 Quidditch World Cup opening ceremony received significant attention in the article titled "Disastrous Opening Ceremony Leads to Questions About Quidditch World Cup Security," published by the Daily Prophet. The article discusses the riots and calamity that unfolded before the official matches of the tournament began. It highlights the disagreements, blame shifting, and explanations provided by Argentinian officials, commentators, and the teams involved in the unfortunate incident. A whole lot of Quidditch matches. The 2014 Quidditch World Cup hosted countries from all over the world who competed in all sorts of exciting matches. This particular World Cup is well documented in Wizarding World lore. The Quidditch World Cup 2014 witnessed several matches and upsets. Norway triumphed over Ivory Coast with a dominant score of 340 to 100, facing attempts to jinx their chaser. Nigeria defeated Fiji with a controversial snitch capture, securing a score of 400 to 160. Brazil narrowly defeated Haiti with an illegal snitch capture, resulting in a score of 100 to 90. The USA emerged victorious over Jamaica, although the score was not mentioned due to the Jamaican keeper's infected Sassafonsum bite. Liechtenstein won against Chad with a final score of 470 to 330, while Bulgaria dominated New Zealand with a score of 410 to 170. Finally, in the Quidditch World Cup for 2014 final, Bulgaria emerged as the champions, defeating Brazil 160 to 70 in an electrifying game. The launch of Rita Skeeter's book, Dumbledore's Army, The Dark Side of the Demob, is published. The book, written by the often controversial journalist Rita Skeeter, explores a potentially darker side of Dumbledore's Army, a group formed by students at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry during the Second Wizarding War. National Gobstones League in Birmingham. According to the Daily Prophet's correspondent Ginny Weasley, in her coverage of the final of the 2014 Quidditch World Cup, it was reported that the National Gobstones League was scheduled to take place in Birmingham the following week. 2015. James Sirius Potter is sorted into Gryffindor. At 11 a.m, the firstborn child of Harry Potter and Ginny Weasley boards the Hogwarts Express at King's Cross. After a day of travel, James arrives at the school and is taken across the lake by boat before entering the Great Hall. The sorting ceremony takes place, and to the disappointment of Teddy Lupin, who is the head boy and a Hufflepuff, James ends up being sorted into Gryffindor House. The London Five disappear. The London Five refers to a series of mysterious disappearances that occurred in London. The Ministry of Magic was baffled by these events, as they had never encountered such a phenomenon before. What made these disappearances particularly puzzling was a lack of evidence and witnesses. It seemed that someone possessed the ability to make highly skilled auras vanish without leaving any traces behind. The gravity of these incidents captured the attention of the entire wizarding world. News of the disappearances spread far and wide, leading to speculation and theories about the identity and motives of the perpetrator. The fear and uncertainty surrounding these inexplicable events intensified as people questioned the safety of even the most skilled members of the magical community. 2016. Teddy Lupin, son of Nymphadora and Remus, graduates from Hogwarts, and the 88th Wizarding School's Potions Championship is held. 2017. The New Generation at King's Cross. As seen in the Harry Potter epilogue, a significant event takes place as Harry, Ginny, Ron and Hermione come together to accompany their children to the Hogwarts Express and bid farewell to the older ones as they embark on another school year. Draco Malfoy is also there with his wife and son. This is quite a symbolic moment as it ushers in the next generation. Ron Weasley gets a Muggle driving license by confunding the examiner of the driving test. 2018. The Ministry of Magic makes a public announcement regarding the establishment of the Statute of Secrecy Task Force. This announcement signifies the official recognition and formation of a specialized group dedicated to upholding the Statute of Secrecy. The Statute of Secrecy is a fundamental piece of magical law that governs the concealment of the wizarding world from the non-magical community. 2019. Hermione Granger becomes Minister of Magic. Hermione Granger's appointment as Minister of Magic signifies her intelligence, leadership, and commitment to equality and justice. Her influence promises significant reforms, advancements, and representation for the wizarding community. Lily Luna Potter starts her education at Hogwarts and is sorted into Gryffindor. The calamity occurs. This calamity is, well, quite calamitous. Everything that anyone has ever feared, revered, or held dear in the wizarding world, people, things, even memories, have been stolen and displaced, tossed about across the world. We've got to return what is lost, and quickly. The Statute of Secrecy is in danger of being broken. 2020. The British Ministry of Magic received several reports that the Forbidden Forest had seen an uptick in hippogriff poaching. 2021. A major breach of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy occurs when a Muggle journalist witnesses a member of the SOS Task Force immobilizing pixies. Subsequently, the journalist publishes articles disclosing information about magic. 2022. James Sirius finishes his education at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and 2023 to be determined. And that concludes the timeline of major events after the Wizarding War ended. If I've missed something, please let me know down in the comment section below. Also, be sure to comment your video requests. Until next time, remember, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.